This is Bogus Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a May the 4th review. Happy May the 4th, everyone! Today I'm going to be reviewing the Star Wars The Black Series Rey in her Jedi Training outfit. So before we take a look at Rey, let's take a look at the accessories that she comes with. So first up, she comes with her staff. Now this is actually a new staff. It's not the same as the previous staff that she had because the previous one was kind of terrible. Because it's very thick and the paint is terrible on it, and the strap, the strap is very, very thick. Like you can see how thick it is right there, and it's not very pliable at all. And this one is, I just think the collar and sculpting and paint detail is a lot better as well. And it has this strap that, it's kind of hard as well, but it's more to go around her shoulder like it's actually made to, unlike this one. So I do like that a lot better. And she can hold it in either hand or both hands. You know, the weapon is long enough to go in either hand. But what I like to do is just keep it over her shoulder like that. And you can see how it is made to go over her shoulder. That's really cool. I usually kind of put it like that so I can fit her gun in her holster too. So yeah, I do like the staff a lot better. Up next, she comes with the gun that Han Solo gave her. As you can see, it's got a lot of sculpting detail to it, which is surprising since it's such a tiny piece, as well as on the grip right there. And it can fit into either hand, but it is meant for her right hand since it does have the trigger finger. But if you put her hand down, it does kind of fit that way in it. So I mostly just keep it if I have it in her hand and her left hand. That way I can position it to where it actually looks like she's holding it normally. Like that. And then it can fit into her holster. Right. Actually, I'm just going to take this off for the remainder of the review because that'll probably just get in the way. So, there. And you can fit it in like that. And it fits perfectly. And she has Luke's lightsaber, which is the same as the previous lightsabers that we've gotten for Luke. And the blade is removable, like all the other Luke lightsabers. Well, this is hers now, but... And I just put it right there in her right hand. And since she does have that trigger finger for the blaster, then, you know, this fits in her hand a lot better with the... Not really sure what those are called right there. But those pieces on the lightsaber, her finger slips right in between them and keeps it all snug in there. And she won't drop it like the previous Rey did. So now let's look at the head sculpt. So for the head sculpt, I think it does look like Daisy Ridley. I think that the paint apps could have been a little better. But for the most part, her eyes came out clean, and her eyebrows did. She doesn't have like one monster eyebrow and one tiny one. That first Rey that I got, the first Black Series Rey, was absolutely terrible. And then I got the second Rey that was the Kmart exclusive. And then we got this one. And I kind of wish that Hasbro would make, or redo this one with the new face printing tech. And redo the previous one as well with the new face printing tech. Because it does look a lot better. This looks like Daisy Ridley. I just think it looks like a little more cartoony version of her. But the hair's sculpted nicely. And the clips in her hair are actually painted a different color. At least they actually did that. On some figures, if they have like a ponytail or holder or clips in their hair or something like that, it's usually just painted the same color as their hair. But right here, right here, she has a little bit of a scratch, but it's not painted in. I feel like that was probably to avoid spoilers at the time. Let me see here. Right there, where the Praetorian Guard cuts her arm. So they probably just didn't paint that for spoilers because in later releases she had the scratch/scar on her arm. So, and her whole outfit has a slight texturing to it as well as some good sculpting. like the under part of it, you can see it has that texturing to it. And her tunic is very rubbery, so it doesn't hinder her articulation like the previous Rey. On the back you get more of that. And you get sculpting on her arm wraps. And she actually has, she has these single jointed elbows, but they can bend in that far. So they act as double jointed elbows, so that's very nice. I wish more of the female figures would have that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And then, not much more going on her legs. There is some slight brown paint right there that splashed up on her leg, but it's nothing big. And there are her boots. And production number. See, that's the way, like on, what figure was it I was reviewing? Oh, the Gwenpool, where she had the production number right on her legs. See, they can put it on the feet. They've done it before. So now let's take a look at the articulation of Rey. So she can look down all the way. She can't look back at all because of her hair. Now, it is the harder kind of hair, but it really doesn't bother me. She's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move out all the way. She's got single-jointed elbows that can move in all the way as well. They act as double-jointed elbows. She's got swivel at the wrist that can move up and down and side to side. And on this side, she gets this up and down movement. So she can do that. She's got a ball-jointed diaphragm. Well, actually, it's kind of a ball-jointed waist. It's kind of down a little further. That can move back that far. If you move it any further, it's going to pop off. Because I did see how far it would move. And it just popped right off. And it can move down all the way. It can move side to side. She's got ball-jointed hips that can move out that far. Even though she has the holster on her right, or by her right leg does go out further. And she can kick forward all the way on both sides. The tunic doesn't hinder that. She's got swivel at the thigh, double-jointed knee, swivel at the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So yeah, I really like this figure. I've actually had it for a while, but you know, I was kind of waiting to do the review on it. And I actually forgot that today was Star Wars Day. So I thought, what better time to review it, you know? I didn't get all the figures because there was still poor distribution, even though Hasbro tried to avoid the mistake that they made with The Force Awakens, with some of the harder to find figures, and Rogue One, like with Baze and Cheer, they kind of repeated the mistake again. Because, like, Luke, never even saw him in my area. Oddly enough, I did find the General Leia figure, which I think was hard to find. I'm not sure. But yeah, I really don't have too many figures from the new movie, but I thought I would go ahead and review this one since it is Star Wars Day. So now let's do some size comparisons. So here she is next to BB-8. And I did actually put a lot of a dry brushing of dirt over him. Well, it's actually paint, but I made it look like dirt. Because his head was just so dirty and his body was completely clean. So I tried to match the collar there. So, there he is next to Rey. Here she is next to the previous version of Rey. And like I said, I think that this one does look like Daisy Ridley. It could just use some better face paint. That's why I said I think it would be really great if Hasbro would re-release. Gotta catch myself saying that. Re-release this Rey with some of the new face painting decks, though. That would be cool. Here she is next to the Elite Titanium Series C-3PO. And he is a very heavy figure. But I like this one a lot better than the normal Black Series C-3PO. Because this one is made of real titanium. You know, because he does look like real metal, unlike most versions of him in plastic form. You can actually hear me lay him down, too. It's a lot louder. And then, here she is next to Ben Swolo, or Kylo Ren. And, I don't know. Is that accurate? I feel like maybe Kylo Ren should be just a little shorter. I don't know. Adam Driver's really tall in real life, so that's probably accurate. He just looks really tall here. Probably just the way I'm looking at it through the camera. Here she is next to Finn. And I was really disappointed that we didn't get a new normal clothed Finn. We got the First Order disguise Finn, but on an actual new Finn. I just don't like the head sculpt on this one. I think it looks more like Tracy Morgan than anything. So maybe for the next movie, we'll get a new Finn. Here she is next to General Leia. There. Okay, she's not going to stand up, so there she is next to General Leia. And finally, here she is next to Chewbacca. So, overall, I'd highly recommend this figure because it is really awesome. If you have the chance, I'd probably get the Toys R Us exclusive, too. I've been looking for that, because it actually has real cloth robes, the tunic on her. And that would probably give you a little bit more articulation on the figure with the real cloth clothing. So, that's my review of this Rey figure. So if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and may the 4th be with you.